Today we're going to be talking about next of kin cards, crash cards,
NOK ICE,
ICE, whatever you want. Things to do in the event of emergency, like who the paramedics are going to look at,
and stuff that we take with us that is easily on hand.
Yeah.
So the first thing we've got is a vital ID, and that's these things that we got stuck on the helmet, and they mark.
Yeah, we purchased. There's so many different types, but we bought these ones from the ID band company who helped Cornwall Blood Bikes out with a load of others. Cheap as chips. Basically, what happens is stuck to the front of your helmet is this little yellow thing with a paramedic sign on it and a red cross, and it's day glow, so it's reflective and all the rest of it. Inside there's a little piece of paper, and on there it's got your name, your address, your next of kin details. You can also add your blood group to it, your national insurance number, anything that is important. And if you need to write more and you've got some real serious issues, write it on the back. There's also a card that goes inside your wallet, which apparently paramedics and medical people will look at. In some countries it might just be stealing your money, but
but it's many of these things use that nationally or internationally recognised symbol for paramedic type symbol, that you need help symbol. So just have it in your wallet. And the good thing about this thing that the vital idea that we stick to the helmet, and something that I didn't do until Mark had told me to do it, is you get two stickers. So you get one for one side and one for the other. One side is just the sticker to tell people that it's there, and the other sticker is to hold that little bit of paper with all your details in. Now if you put it on your left hand side, all the water gets trapped behind the flap that's now stuck and takes the flap off. But if you put it on the right hand side, the water goes over the flap and doesn't damage it.
Okay, so that's what that is. Really simple, but there are so many different types. If you look on the internet, world's your oyster. You can choose what you want.
Virtual or tags that you can have around your neck, much like dog collars for the military.
Yeah.
With USB things that plug into computers. Just beware that if you do get one of those, most of them only work with Windows computers. So if you've got an Apple, you might just check that it works with them, but it's really handy. What police force in the world hasn't got, well, you'll probably answer, what police force in the world hasn't got a computer? Where you're going to be.
Police force, actually. They've got a piece of paper, I don't think.
Well, where you're going to be, so you need some way of giving that information to those people so that they can plug into their computer.
You can get wristbands, like you see the Help for Heroes type things, and the Royal British Legion, they sell those. The company we bought these from, the ID band company, they will allow you to write engrave so many letters onto it. While I was working abroad, I used to wear one of those all the time with my blood group on it, which is really important. They will still test you, but it's nice to know if that they can actually look at that information. National insurance number, if you're in the UK, they've got instant access to your medical records now online. And again, the USB thing that you can carry is good if you're allergic to, you're allergic to penicillin or anything, like that, or you need sugar or insulin, whatever, anything. That's the sort of information you should be looking to put on.
Yeah. So that's that one. Really good little piece of kit, and I like it because it shows up on your helmet. So no matter what colour your helmet is, that is like a day glow symbol that you can't miss it. Whatever language you talk, it's obviously a first aid type thing. So, but here in Cornwall Council have
Before you do that, can I just remove my K-Berg Tormax helmet, of which there is a video on our website?
Yeah, check it out up there. I'll put the card up there. Right, Cornwall Council, because we live down in Cornwall, have got a thing called Crash Card, and it's basically along the same sort of theme as the Vital ID. It's a little cardboard card that you put your details on there. On the back, it's got little bits about what to think about when you're in an accident, and then you get a letter. Some would say, well, why are you going to carry a letter around? The letter just explains about the process and the actual crash card itself, but it's got a little green dot on there. And a lot of helmets, or a lot of people in Cornwall, especially with this scheme, will put the little dot. Very often, I'm going to have to go back to your K-Berg.
Here's my K-Berg Tormax.
Very often we'll put the yellow dot here on a clear helmet, but somewhere recognisable. So when a paramedic comes around, because this is also in partnership with the NHS and the local NHS in Cornwall, they will spot that, and inside your helmet somewhere secrete that card, and I put it up in the headlining, and it's exactly the same principle, but it's more of a localized thing. So, you know, it's good on them for doing it, and that's free. That's a free thing. So check out wherever you are. There might be a local system that is free for you to use.
The only issue I see with that is a bit of cardboard stuck inside your helmet will get hot and sweaty. If you're sans hair,
well, if you
sans hair, you haven't got any hair, such as me, then you know, that might be an issue. But if you wear a hat inside.
Having said that, in my helmet.
Have you?
In my helmet, I've laminated it.
There you go.
So I've put this stuff in there laminated, because you are right, you know, it's just a bit of cardboard, and if your head does get hot and sweaty, then it's going to wreck the card and ink will melt, and then, you know, if you've got no hair, you'll have it written on your head.
Yep. There you go.
Which ain't great.
No.
So that's the stuff to go into the helmets that we use. And the other thing that we've got on our mobile phone, there are loads of apps like Real Rider. Real Rider seems to be a good app to use, but you've got to have your phone on all the time, and your GPS and the battery runs down, and you've got to log into it. So there are loads of GPS systems out there, but this is all about you getting help when you need it, or somebody being able to identify what you've got and finding help for you if you can't communicate with them.
Yep.
And you've got a handy thing on your Android phone, haven't you?
Yeah, this is an Android phone.
It's an
Android
Samsung.
phone.
It's got Android on it.
I have a phone,
Much like
similar to the camera. Okay, so on the main screen, even though the screen is locked, there's a little thing, you can drag it down, and it gives you your next of kin, blood group, all that sort of stuff. And they don't need to unlock your phone to get into it, which is quite a good thing, you know. They can still steal it, obviously. But it's just nice to have that, and that is Europe-wide.
Yeah.
So even your national insurance number is on there. That'll link up currently with the E111 cards, which we've already spoke about, and currently they're still in favour for at least another 2 years till Brexit happens, and then who knows what happens.
Yeah, it'll be an E112 or something like that,
Right.
isn't it? But that's for Android. Now, on Apple, if you've got an iPhone, from the lock screen, when you don't use your fingerprint, you can then swipe. Down at the bottom there's a bit that says emergency, and you can swipe and you've got medical ID. Have a look at your settings for that and fill it in, because it's really easy for somebody to get to it if they need to give you help. And that's got what blood type you are, next of kin details, telephone numbers, where you live, you know, all that sort of jazz that could get you a bit of help if you need it.
They are very important, and I think they're worthwhile doing, but don't pay for it, because there's so many cheap apps out there, you know, and there's me speaking like a complete ignoramus.
Well, you've got a phone.
Apps. Yeah, no, it's a phone. But, you know, don't pay for it, because you don't really need it. There's so many apps out there to look for, and, you know, it would take us forever to go through all the different types, but there's just two.
But one, well, I'm going to give three.
Three, okay.
There is one app, and it's cross-platform, so it's Android, Windows Phone, as well as Apple, and it's called Panic ICE, and that's what it looks like. And obviously, I'll zoom in on the video for you. But Panic ICE.
That just looks like a shiny screen.
It's a phone. It's a really, really good app, and for a couple of reasons. This gives you, in the moment of panic, if you come across something, come across an accident and you don't know what to do, do you go and help the person that's screaming, the one that's bleeding out? Do you stand in the middle of a dual carriageway, endangering yourself? This is a really simple way to follow all of the stuff that you might need to think about, and certainly the stuff that you might need to tell emergency services about where you are. And that being one of the most important things, because if you're actually at something, we might be in the middle of nowhere, never ever have been there before, but what you can do is you can actually select your location. It will give you the GPS coordinates that you can tell the person on the phone from emergency services where you are. But it will talk you through what to think about, what casualties to look at, what things to note, where you are, what time of day, all that sort of stuff. Check it out. We'll put the link in the description, but it's a really good app, and it just goes through stuff. I mean, look at that, Mark. Protect yourself, assess the scene, number of casualties, injuries, call for help. It just guides you through it, so it takes the panic away.
I think it's absolutely brilliant. However, I do see a negative side to it. That if you get your phone out at an incident, people are instantly going to think you start filming. You're
Well,
gonna be,
most of them probably would, wouldn't they?
so do it quietly.
Yeah, but it's really good because it's step by step, and certainly working with emergency services and working how you, with the stuff that you used to do, certainly the job that I've been doing, to get to somebody that's been panicking, they might do things in a bit of a strange way and might get themselves into bother. If you're actually looking at a screen, because people are averse to looking at screens now, and they follow it through, it might calm them down and might get them to be able to provide better help to those people.
I would recommend though, if you see one of these biker down courses or whatever, or any kind of first aid course, doesn't matter how basic it is, do it, because if you only remember 10% of that, then in an accident that 10% could save somebody's life.
And it could be your mate, it could be you out on a ride, or it could be me out on a ride.
I want you to remember more than 10% if it's me, mate.
Well, the last thing you want is to feel guilty after somebody who's been horrendously injured and you can't do anything about it. For just half a day going and doing some training, you could help your friend when they really need it.
You could.
So, if you've got any safety tips or some bits of kit and gadgets that you think we ought to have a look at and, dare I say, go and buy and then review, leave some comments in the description and let us know. Give us a massive thumbs up because it really does help, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.